Beyoncé's movie is so big, it's getting 2 premieres. Tiwa Savage stops by our studio. Billboard hits up all the hottest events for all access. We find out what all your favorite artists are listening to. And we collect music from around the world for your Friday Music Guide. We're almost to the weekend. I'm Tetris Kelly. This is Billboard News. It's Friday, October 27th, aka 1989 Day. You know we've got to kick things off with our Friday Music Guide and Taylor Swift.
Break down, then he's pulling me in a world of boys, he's a gentleman.
1989 Taylor's version has 5 vault tracks, and of course we record some of her biggest hits, like her 7-week Hot 100 #1, Blank Space.
I'll tell you I'm insane, but I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name.
We've got more new music throughout the show, but first, let's get to our top story. Beyoncé is dropping perfume and info on her Renaissance movie premiere, while her husband discusses, do their kids think he's cool?
I'm cool. I don't know what you're saying.
These are some updates with the Carters.
And that is Say NOIR, Say No More.
Bey's new fragrance is $160 and begins shipping in November. And we know Renaissance, a film by Beyoncé, will release November 30th. But now The Hollywood Reporter reports she will host dual premieres of the concert movie in Los Angeles on November 25th and London on November 30th. An invitation for London suggested a formal opulence dress code, while the LA premiere calls for cozy opulence. And even Jay-Z struggles to be a cool dad. He had this to say on CBS Mornings.
Blue, she be fronting on me a little bit, but I catch her. I catch her in the corner, you know. Now she asks me, you know, if this cool, if we, you know, her sneakers or whatever she's wearing.
She wants your advice.
Yeah. She's come back.
Rema drops his much anticipated EP Ravage. It's his first project since his debut album and includes 5 tracks like Don't Leave.
She said, don't leave, yeah. She said, Remy, I don't mean to be mean.
I had the best time sitting down with Tiwa Savage. She's an Afrobeats queen and royally recognized artist. So let's talk about your incredible year. You've obviously been super busy. I mean, from Fashion Week to all the festivals, everything that you've been doing. So what sticks out to you? What's been incredible to you in your year?
Oh, wow, this year. I think I enjoyed Fashion Week. They work so many months and then it's done in like 10, 15 minutes. And I'm just like, whoa, like, so I was really inspired. I was just blessed to be invited.
And talking about being front row to one of the biggest things ever, like King Charles' coronation, like what was that like?
Oh my goodness. I was nervous. Oh my goodness. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's a coronation. Then I heard it's about how many people watching, like 80 million or something.
Way too many.
I said, what? But then just before I stepped on stage, I was like, I'm representing not only Africa, African women, like, and it was so important for me to like just, I knew it was a really, really important moment, and that just changed everything for me. And I went out there and I'm like, I'm gonna kill this.
Yeah, and you did. And I love your perspective as you speak on that, because I'm sure you saw, like, there was all this conversation online, of course, then they're like, she's performing Keys to the Kingdom, and there's this monarchy, colonization. You know how Black Twitter ate that up. How did you feel reading that after having had such an incredible performance?
First of all, Keys to the Kingdom was a song I wrote or co-wrote for my son. It was to celebrate men because I feel like there's a lot of songs out there. There's like bashing the black man and you know that kind of thing. So I wanted a song that was celebrating, you know, the black man and saying you have the keys to the kingdom, and they chose that song. But the conversation I knew was gonna happen, and for me, I thought if we didn't have anybody representing us on that stage, everyone would be like, you know, they would criticize the monarch and say, you know, you don't have any artists, you know, supporting the Commonwealth. So for me, I thought it was a positive step in the right direction. And I didn't mind being the scapegoat because I knew that I was going to deliver a great performance. So you can say anything you want, but I knew that you cannot criticize the performance. And I wanted to represent and be like every other black girl or, you know, black artist watching it. You know, like I wanted them to feel included.
For the full interview, head over to Billboard.com. The ladies of SSERAFIM have teamed up with Overwatch 2 to bring you the perfect night.
I got all I need, you know nothing else can be the way that I feel when I'm dancing with my girls.
This one's for all the carrots, like me. 17 is taking you to 17th Heaven with their new mini album. You know Billboard is at all the hottest events, and since you're here with Billboard, you get all the access. Hip-hop legend to a legit rave, and indie energy in NYC. Staff takes you to the streets in this week's Billboard All Access. Starting in LA on a Sunday at SoFi Stadium, Ice Cube took to the stage during halftime of the Rams and Steelers game. It was a family affair. His son, actor O'Shea Jackson Jr., was his hype man. And on Tuesday, the crowd was ready to rage again with Fred again at the Shrine. New York was all vibes last Friday as Rawayama, an indie Venezuelan band, performed at the Palladium. Puerto Rican King Jay Wheeler dropped his new album Trappii, and there's one song that's definitely on repeat. Let's take a look back at Latin Music Week. If you ever wonder what songs are stuck in your favorite artists' heads, you're in luck because we've asked them.
Tus labios de Sech, la tengo bien pegada. Me encantó esa canción.
Pues ahora estoy con toda con el álbum de Olivia Rodrigo, me parece un álbum espectacular, me encanta la música, la letra. Logical, me parece una balada espectacular, increíble.
Ese tema es porque mis hijos lo oyen mucho. Estoy brillando más que mi diamond. Es un trap song de Mora y Davey.
Pues sí, yo creo que de mi último álbum, la que se llama Bubalú, me encanta, que es con Rema, y creo que nunca había logrado escribir una canción como tan canción así catchy y tan pegajosa y tan que uno se queda todo el tiempo con ella.
Pues se me puede quitar ahorita sería Perdonémonos de Young Lucas.
The songs that I have on repeat are all the songs on my album. I can't stop like thinking about them and they're in my head.
Bueno, la canción que te decía, Energía Bacana, no me la saco de la cabeza.
Es la nueva canción de María Becerra junto a Enrique Iglesias. Así es la vida. Me parece que es un súper palo de canción. Me encanta, así que qué bueno que hoy se lo pueda decir.
La traigo muy pegada la canción de Según Quién, con Maluma que hicimos, pero aparte de que pues la tengo que cantar, pues obviamente sí está muy pegajosa. Sí es la que de repente me despierta y digo yo, puta madre, así de esa cosa que ya la quiero, ya güey, díganme otra cosa, ménteme otra canción, pero ahí está en repeat todo el tiempo.
Tengo una canción que la tengo súper en repeat y se llama Escándalo de Ñengo Flow. Un saludo a la gente de Real G for Life, esa gente son de los míos.
La canción que no se me sale de la mente, tú estás diciendo eso, y es la de Ocean, que es cristiana, en inglés. No, esa canción no se me ha salido. Llevo como 4 días con la canción en la cabeza. Spirit lead me. Tengo ahí la melodía en la cabeza.
That's the news for today. Make sure you come back next week for interviews with Tenny and Oliver Tree. Before I let you go, how about one more track for your playlist from this week's Friday Music Guide? Country star Ernest just hit the road, but that hasn't stopped him from dropping new music like his latest single, Kiss of Death.
My angel in fire red dress, my kiss of death.